Yo, what's new YouTube? It's Remo coming at you guys. I'm bringing you a new video. What you guys need to watch today is basically what happened before Orlando, during Orlando, and what my plans are after Orlando. So I will tell you guys right away, this is going to be a very long video. If there's certain parts you want to go to, skip around, try to find what you're looking for. If you want to know what happened with RK before Orlando or during my placing, etc., go ahead and skip around. It's not going to bother me so much. The first thing I'll tell you guys is I'm going to apologize for me being very monotone and very raspy. I woke up yesterday morning being Saturday at the event with a ridiculous sore throat as the day progressed and today and traveling and just I feel miserable. I have like a real bad cold. I'll probably be going to a doctor tomorrow to get some antibiotics is about the level that I feel, but I really wanted to get this video out. And if you guys haven't watched my old teammate Blake Buckshot, his video, go to his Twitter at Blake Buckshot. I'm sure it's his pinned tweet. Watch his video because it might make a little bit more sense in my video. Um, so I'll start, from the beginning. My main goal of this video is to keep all emotions out of this and just stick to facts. And if I do throw something in there that is like emotional, I will let you guys know. If it's like an opinion or something that I feel, that's not a fact, but it's just an opinion, I'll let you guys know before I say it. So I will stick to the facts of this. So let's back up pretty far. Let's go back to South Carolina. I get done with South Carolina. I have some roster changes. I have a team getting ready to go into the next event. The next event's announced as Anaheim. It was too far and too expensive for one teammate. Another teammate wanted to spend time with friends and with his girlfriend before he left and went home for college. And then the third team, after that, we all decided to part our ways. Couldn't get anything else going for Anaheim. Didn't really try as hard as I should have, but I didn't go to Anaheim. And then I took a break from COD during that whole time. I didn't play. As soon as I came back, when Orlando was announced, I was really, really rusty as a player. I hadn't played my AR role in like 3 months, 4 months, because I was running sub for a little bit. And I am an AR player at heart, I guess, to say the least. I'm a very good AR player in my eyes, and people who have you played with me and watched me and told me. So that's something I'll never do ever again. But anyway, so I went back and I started looking for a team for Orlando, and I probably talked to 2, 3 different people, and there was like 6 weeks till the event, so I had a lot of time. And I talked to like 2 or 3 different people, blah 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 blah. I talked to them. And then I talked to Brady, and Brady said that he was looking for a main AR player for their team. They had 2 T44 to T48 placings or whatever at South Carolina and Anaheim, and they said that they thought their AR was the problem, and then, that if I got on the team, we could make it a T32 or better team. And it all sounded great, and it all kind of made sense at the time. And he told me that there was like a whole bunch of other people in the running, and I had competition. So of course, when I found a team of 3 looking for the role I needed or the role that I played, and had an organization lined up, and the funding was there, I immediately started playing with these guys. We had like a really good night of scrims. We played this team and just dumpstered them. And for whatever reason, I didn't even know the kids we were playing, but I did really well personally, and I felt like I meshed with the team. So I was like, all right, let's make something happen. And I rushed into it, and that's the biggest problem is I rushed into that team. I rushed into that organization. The organization was Reborn Knights. The owners of the organization are Jonesy and Ninja. Um, as soon as I, told them that I was down to keep running with them, we announced everything via Twitter. It was like change your at, um, congratulations, welcome to the team. The co-owner Ninja was always in our Skype calls. He was super cool with us. He goes to the events. He does all he helps he takes down or he took down scoreboards for games, so we knew what maps we were doing bad on, what maps we were doing good on, blah blah blah, on and off host. Pretty cool to have a coach slash owner in your call with you. He didn't watch the games, but he took down some notes and let us know what maps we needed to work on, etc. And it was going well. And let it be known that for that organization, I was promised a team pass, and I was promised a jersey, and the other three players on that team were promised hotel after South Carolina. And for Anaheim, they didn't get a hotel. Like, their hotels paid for. That was like a funding thing. And I have money. I don't care about funding. Generally all I need is a team pass to go to an event with that team, and I could fund myself. But funding helps. It's money. It's free money, essentially, for me to go to the event. So after I heard about them being promised hotels after South Carolina and it not being fulfilled, I asked Ninja, and Ninja said, I'm in talks with some people. I'll let you know what's going on, but we should get that taken care of for you. I can't say that word for word, but he said something along the lines of, we're in talks with somebody, we'll let you know soon. So I was like, okay, hotel's going to be taken care of, blah, blah, blah. And we were doing all right, the first couple of days of scrims. Um, it was me, Brady, me, Brady, Tokes, and Buckshot. And, we're working. We started playing some other teams. We weren't winning, and we were trying to work on stuff. It was at that time that Brady took about like a 2-week vacation, which hurt us because we did only have 6 weeks of practice. But at the same time, it was so early before the event, no one thought anything of it. Uh, and we were playing as much as we could. The three of us trying to get fill-ins, etc., and play in the 50 series, 500 series, and that was going pretty well. I enjoyed teaming with Blake and Dom through those 2 weeks, so we didn't have Brady. It wasn't anything bad. We were winning on and off, how we should be. And then Brady got back from his vacation, and actually Dom was on vacation with him for a week out of that 2 weeks. So it was me and Blake a lot of the time, but um, Brady got back from his vacation. We started playing again, and we just started getting destroyed. I mean, we were losing a lot, more than I'm used to losing. And I don't really mind if we lose team scrims because they're not meant to be won, they're meant to learn from. But tournaments and, every single scrim and 50 series and, we were just losing. And there was arguments within the team sometimes, and, there was a lot of tension, if you will. And the only thing that bothered me was there was zero improvement with that team at that time. And I mean, we'd go over one thing and we'd fix it, and then something else would be broken that we'd leave behind. And it was just constant. And I don't have blame to put on any individual player. I thought that it was Brady. Brady came back from his vacation with a really bad attitude. And I guess this could be opinion based, but my other teammates could probably confirm it. He came back with a very bad attitude. He was doing very poorly. He was saying, I'm not even getting joked or warriored. I'm just ass. I'm not even good." And this is 2 to 3 weeks until the event, I want to say. And then Tokes doesn't have good internet at all. He has 3 download, 1 upload, or 3 down, 1 up, something ridiculous. I mean, this fool lags around on a 3 bar on any host, and he doesn't do so well online, which is understandable with his internet. So, you have Brady that's not doing good, and you have Tokes that's not doing good because of the internet. And then, uh, we weren't winning. So one night, we're playing, and we played a map, and I was like, "Oh, guys, this is what happened." And I called Buckshot out for a play that he made wrong. And he said, "No, that's not what happened. I didn't do that." And I was like, "Okay." So I went back in theater mode after we were done, and I showed him the play. I sent him some pictures in the group chat. I was like, "You challenged this hill with 10 seconds left. It resulted in us losing the rotation. You should not do that." And he sent me back, "Shut the fuck up," was his exact text. And I was like, I'm not gonna, I tried really hard to take the in-game leadership and go over what we were doing wrong and take the time. And, I wasn't going to sit there and be disrespected when trying to help my teammates. And I said, "Say one more disrespectful thing to me, dude, and I'm done with this team." And he said something like, "Lick my ass" or "eat my ass," which wasn't a disrespectful thing, but I took it wrong because I was really frustrated that I tried to help a teammate and he told me to shut the fuck up because that's not how you should act. Maybe that's personal opinion, but I left the team that night. And I left the group chats, and I was like, I'm not doing this. And I had some people lined up to talk to, And as soon as I did that, they were calling me a scum and they were calling me a sketch. And it was just like, there's 3 weeks to the event. I didn't do anything to like sketch a day before the event or anything like that. I did leave and that kind of sucks for both of us involved, but it happened. Like they're just not learning. Like COD's a business. Like I can't feel bad that I left 3 weeks before an event for these players, but so when I did leave the organization, I tweeted out free agent, and they were a team of three looking for one. That's what happened. I had told Blake a play that he did wrong, and he told me to shut the fuck up. That is exactly what happened. There's no getting around that. So, um, I left the team for the night. I slept on it. I woke up the next morning, and I kind of realized I overreacted. I was like, well, shit. Um, maybe that was a bad idea. So I texted Blake and apologized. We were cool. The person who would not let it go was Brady. He was the person that wasn't letting me, come back on the team the next day. It wasn't professional on my part to do it, but Brady wouldn't let that go. And he said that he called me a bad player over and over again, blah, blah, blah. Said that, I was going to be the reason we lose an event or something along those lines. Um, so he didn't want me back on the team, but Blake wanted me back on the team. So as soon as I told the owner Ninja that I left, he had told me that I was in breach of my contract, which is fine. That's something I didn't mention earlier in the video. I rushed into a contract, and um, the contract was only sent to me for the record. It was not sent to either of the other three players. It was a single event contract. I had read the contract, and I had signed it without, really taking into consideration what the contract said. So after Ninja told me I was in, breaking my contract, I was gonna owe them. It says in the contract if I break the contract, I owe them whatever equipment they gave me and $500 fine. So I told Ninja I'd talk to him on Skype when I got home. So I got into Skype with Ninja, Buckshot, and Brady, and I was like, I actually went through Ninja's contract and I broke it down like in 5 to 6 different ways. And I told them, this isn't valid, this isn't valid, this isn't valid, this contract's not a valid contract because it wasn't. It was like the honest to God truth. I broke the contract. And that was me looking out for myself. I didn't want to pay a $500 fine. I didn't want to have to ship back whatever equipment they gave me, which I guess was the jersey. Um, but, I broke my contract with them. And he's like, you're a scum. I don't care what you guys do if you pick Remo back up, but I don't want to be a part of this. And he, left the call. So at that point, I was out of the contract with RK. There were some promises through RK that I never got in the first place. Like I was promised a full rebrand, for Arcade. Never got that until I brought my own GFX artist on. Um, but anyways, so there was that. It was at that point that the hotels were discussed that we were not going to get our hotels paid for, that we would have to pay for our hotels, which is fine. Again, I don't care, but I just wish that what they told me was, we were in talks with someone to get it paid for, and this has been going on for a few months, so I guess that they were uh, not even sure if we were going to get hotels paid for it. Whatever, not a big deal. So it was at that point that Brady and Buckshot and Tokes ran with another AR player. It didn't go well, and Blake's like, you know what, we should just play with Remo again, blah, blah, blah. Long story, Brady would not let me on the team, and Brady got dropped because of that. So I guess you could say Brady got dropped from me, and we were looking for one. That's, how it went. Brady did it to himself, 100%. And I had nothing against Brady. I said I would team with him again, but it happened. He got dropped. So after that, we had about 2 weeks till the event, and the person that we ran with was Scruffer. Um, Real fast side note. Um, let's go back to the owners, Ninja and Jonesy. Jonesy was never involved with us at all. Very little. Maybe sat in on Skype calls. He let Ninja take care of everything. Fine. Ninja's co-owner. Ninja had booked us a hotel around the venue. It was supposed to be the 4 players, one of our friends, and then Ninja staying in all one big suite. And he said that we would pay $60 to $80 per person for the whole weekend, which is manageable. And he had it booked, and he had his flight booked to the event. Um, so so Ninja had everything booked. As soon as we dropped Brady and picked me up, Ninja said that because we didn't tell Ninja right away and we tweeted it out first, that it was unprofessional and we shouldn't have done that, blah, blah, blah. Ninja unbooked his flight to the event. And at that time that he told us that our hotel was going to be $60 to $80 per person, he also told us he had a connection to get us a better hotel closer to the venue for the same price. We all told him to book it, and then he told us it was going to be $100 per player. So he booked us a hotel, $68 per player. He said he had a better hotel closer to the event, even bigger, nicer, be the same price. We told him to book it, and then the price went up to $100 per player for the hotel for the weekend. Completely fine, I guess, but I don't think that was professional to tell us what the price was going to be, then change it. So after he unbooked his flight to the event, he left us with that $600 hotel for three people, which was not doable. Three people are not going to be able to split $600. Like, we didn't have the money for that. So we were screwed for hotels. So no one knew what we were going to do at the time. Um, all we know is we had a team pass, and that's it. And three of us had jerseys, and we were left to do whatever we wanted. So later on, I found out, and this is 100% true. I can't make this up, but the owner Ninja said that the main reason that he's not going to the event to support us was because I was picked back up, and if he went to the event, that he was going to try to kill me, and he would go to prison, like he would go to jail. Like, he was nervous about that. He said he didn't want to end up in jail for what he might do to me, and he said what he would do. I'm not going to repeat it, but it was, from what I wasn't in the call with him, it was done in a Skype call with the other players. It was legitimate. He was pissed off. He hated me. He wanted to kill me, and that is the co-owner of RK, Ninja. I will put that out there. That is factual. So after I heard that, I didn't want to represent RK anymore. I didn't even have plans to wear the jersey or anything. At the event, we were going to change the name on the team pass, but we didn't. None of that ended up happening. What ended up happening is we picked up Scruffer, and Scruffer, it was, I'm going to keep out, how we played, but we picked up Scruffer, and the way that we were playing with Scruffer and all of us, we just lost. Again, it was back to losing, 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 losing. I'd say out of every 50 maps that we scrimmed, we won 10 of them. And we were even like, we could just get to points where it would just be like, hey, let's just get some shitters to play so we can destroy them and get our confidence back up. And then we'd have to try as hard as we can against these like really, really, really bad like random players. And it was just brutal. And like it was just not fun to team, for whatever, for reasons. And it's just like the time frame sucked. Like, we'd get on at like 9:30 at night, 10 o'clock at night. I'd scrim till 1:30 in the morning. I had to wake up 3 hours later for work. I was being yelled at by Scruffer because he said that I need to play more, and like I didn't want to play later. And I'm not a big fan of playing without my team before, so whatever. Maybe I should have played more, but it was brutal. It was just like argument after argument after argument after argument, and in that time that we teamed with Scruffer, we tried everything you could imagine to fix our game, and it just never worked. I've never been on a team that just didn't work with no matter what we tried. And people might just be like, yo, you guys are just bad. You're all four just bad players, and that's why you didn't win. And the only thing that made me not believe that is that every time we had a fill-in, we destroyed. One time we had a fill-in for Tokes, and we played Kingsman. It was Parasite, Mox, Llama, and Miracles, I'm pretty sure. We beat Kingsman online 2-1 in a 50 series. We had someone else fill in for Tokes again. We beat Kingdom, which was Johan, Recovery, that team. That was like a top 12 seeded team, open bracket at Orlando. Me and Blake would fill in for people on Knoll, and we'd make it to semis and tournaments. And then I filled in for Natural Talent, and we 100-point clubbed NSG, who plays pretty well at the event. Like, it wasn't the players. The players, skill-wise, it was all there, but we could not put it together. And it was like that basically from the start. And I should have realized it as a player personally that it wasn't the best for me to go into the event, with these players, because we were just losing all the time. But for whatever reason, I was just like, I don't want to risk not going to the event. I want to go no matter what. Don't care about if it plays poorly. I think that LAN will be better for us because of Tokes' internet. So, a couple days before the event, I found a room with Panda, the staff of Panda, the two owners, the one supporter who was a CS:GO player for Panda, the photographer that was taking pictures for Panda, and the coach, all in one suite. Scruffer had landed in his own hotel with some other people. Uh, Buckshot and Tokes landed in another hotel, so we were all spread out the whole weekend. Uh, but we did find hotels, thank God. We were really close to the event without knowing where we were going to stay. So we go into the event. I came in Thursday. This is where I'm going to call out Blake. I'm sure you're going to watch this, man. I'm going to call you out on your video. You said that you didn't like teaming with us because we didn't want to, we didn't want to be a team, and I agree with that fully. I could tell that, we didn't want to be a team. And so we get in Thursday, and, we didn't spend a lot of time on the weekend together, but to be fair, Thursday, Blake was giving rides to and from the airport for most of the day, from what I understand. It was me, Burke, Tokes, and, a couple people from Panda chilling in our room while Blake was giving some rides back and forth from the airport. We had gotten food, and then Tokes and Burke left to go with Blake again to get more food. And Thursday night, I just chilled with the Panda staff where I was at my hotel because we were all at different hotels. And we weren't together at all. That's fine. It was just Buck and Tokes because they were in the same hotel. Friday morning rolls around, and I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and, I shower, and everyone in my room showers, and it's about 9:30 by the time everyone's done, showered, dressed, ready to go down to the venue. So I go down to the lobby, and I get some Starbucks, I get some breakfast and some coffee, and I'm sitting down with the staff of Panda, and we're eating breakfast, and I'm getting text messages from Blake saying, "Where are you guys at for check-in? You need to get down here for check-in. Check-in ends at 10 a.m." And it was 9:30, and, the venue's across the street around the corner, 15-minute walk at least. So I grab my food, my drink, and I start sprinting. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be late for check-in. I get about halfway to check-in, and I get a call from whoever saying that check-in ends at noon. And, Blake says that we couldn't find anybody during check-in and people were late. Like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter if we were late because you lied to me and told me that check-in was at 10 a.m. So I turned back around and I went back to my hotel and I sat down and I finished my breakfast and coffee. Went back upstairs, got my equipment because warm-up started at 11. I got down to the venue at about 10:15. Everyone was waiting on me. That's fair. We checked in. As soon as we checked in, everybody left. I mean, I don't know how you can call me out on that, Blake. I'm talking to you personally on this one. I don't know how you call me out on that, saying that, we weren't spending a lot of time together as a team that weekend, which was true. When you rushed me down to check in on a lie, I got down there with all my stuff, and then you and Dom went to the car or something, and then Scruffer just left, and Scruffer said he wasn't coming back for warm-ups, and Tokes didn't even bring his equipment in for warm-ups. So after I started talking to all the teams, because I stayed there till 11 o'clock, I ended up running into Buckshot and Tokes at the front of the line. I don't know how long they'd been down there. We went into the venue, and we grabbed a warm-up station. Tokes ran out, got his equipment from the car. We got Scruffer down there. I don't know how that's fair to call me out saying that, I wasn't there on time when, I was there 2 hours early to check in. You lied to me and told me to get down there at 10 a.m. when I was just trying to eat some breakfast, man. That was what happened. I wanted my coffee. I wanted some breakfast. I wanted to sit down and relax. Anyways, we get down to the venue. We start team scrimming. It went very badly. We team scrimmed online with headsets on. We lost most of the maps, whatever. I wasn't, I don't really try in team scrims on LAN. When I scrim on LAN, it is majorly because I want to warm up my shot. I had to get used to that Cronus Max, which was at it's like a millisecond of lag, and it is, you can feel it. I didn't have any problems with that Cronus Max except for one map this weekend. We'll get to that, but anyways, so we go into the event with, that team scrim in our back of our heads, and we didn't play till 6 o'clock at night or something like that, or 4 or 5, 6 o'clock at night. We had 4 hours to chill, and I was in and around Buckshot and Dom, but they were with a couple of people that they knew. I was talking to a lot of people that I knew, back and forth. We had to represent RK for the event. We didn't have to, but we did. We had our jerseys and we had the name on the team pass, and let it be known that once that all happened with the owner saying that he wasn't going to the event anymore, he didn't retweet our streams or anything or even favorite our tweets or talk to us. As soon as the event, Thursday, and we were all down there, the organization just started flooding tweets out, good luck to our team, good job, guys, you guys got this, blah, blah, blah. Ridiculous support just out of nowhere, and I didn't appreciate that. Don't not talk to me for 3 weeks and then start supporting us because we're down there. And we had a photographer hired to take pictures of us, professional pictures. It was paid for, so we got our pictures taken as a team, in our jerseys and playing together. So, we go into the event and we're all spread out in the event. Like, I agree, we didn't spend a lot of time together that weekend, but like I had a lot of people that I knew coming down there who were just even spectators, and Blake had a lot of people he knew, and we were all just networking. Is what it was all about. And so we get ready. We go into our second round. We're playing our old teammate Brady, and we lose 2-0. The way that we lost was actually miserable. I will put this is again my emotion. This is where I'll let emotion get in the video. We played the Fringe hard point. We lost 250 to 242. I have the scoreboards taken out. I always take scoreboard pictures of the events for personal reasons. And I will tell you that Blake dropped 48 kills. Tokes dropped 42 kills. I dropped 36 kills. Scruffer dropped 24 and 42 with 3 defenses, our main sub player. I will never say that a teammate costed us a game, because you play as a team, you win as a team, you lose as a team, but that is a huge reason why the game was so close and why we were up 242 to like 190, and then we lost 250 to 242. And I will really say, the only reason I will say this is because Max even tweeted it out, or Scruffer tweeted it out, and Scruffer said it himself that he costed. That fucking sucked. For him to, do very poorly. But it happens. We have bad maps. Let's move on to the CTF, second map. We go down 3 caps on the first side of UX CTF. Second side, with about a minute and a half left, we had brought it back to 2-3. We needed one more cap. We were up in their base, and Scruffer had a lightning strike, and he told me to pull the flag. He was going to lightning strike the back of their base so they couldn't shoot me in the back, and they had my cover. Max killed the 2 people in the back of their base with the lightning strike, and then double team killed, and then lost a one-on-one gunfight to pull the flag, and we ended up losing 4-2 because they got a relay out of that, or they got a counter cap out of that, if you will. So not only did Scruffer do really bad the first map, but he also double team killed us for the loss on the second map. That sucks. It happens, I guess, but that was just a vibe kill. So as soon as that happened, I got all my equipment from that station. We lost in winners round 2 against Brady's team. I don't care that it was Brady, for those asking. I don't. I just wanted to win the map no matter what. I got all my stuff, and I started walking back to my hotel, which was 15 minutes away by walk, about 10 to 15 minutes. I immediately got a text saying, "We play right now, losers round 1. Turned halfway back around and plugged my headset in. All I wanted to do was just cool down and grab a drink. I had my G Fuel cup back in the venue. I want to go get some G Fuel. And we play our losers round 1 match, and we destroy these kids 250 to like 70 in the hard point. We won 4-1 in the CTF. It was great. Fine. We say that we're gonna play our losers round 2 match later that night again against Ramby Bambi, 2 girls. I can't Songfully SB, and I don't know the other 2 players. And it was 2 female players, 2 male players. And it was some team that we scrimmed online, and we all wanted to win. Losers round 2, didn't matter who we were playing. We wanted to keep going. So we go into the match, and we lose the hard point 250 to 225. And that's where, like, I told you guys that we just didn't click as a team. Nobody did bad. We outslayed, and everyone had nice time in the hill and defends. But it was just like the games were so close for no reason. It was just like every other hill, like each team would cap, and it was just like we lost that by 25 points because, of whatever, team chem. It wasn't even that someone did bad. And then the next map was the uplink. That was my personal really bad event for the personal bad map for the event. I had to have gone double negative in the uplink. We won in a last second uplink cap by Blake, who made a play with Heatwave. We won like 13-11 or something like that, or like 13-12. We go into the search. It was hunted search. None of us have ever played that map in a really long time. We lost 6-2. Everyone did collectively pretty bad, I think. Blake had the most kills at 6, and then I had 4, and then someone else had 4, and someone had 2. Like, no one's fault. So, right before that happened, right before losers round 2 match, I got a text message from my teammate saying, "Change your @ We're no longer representing RK." What had happened with that was Jonesy, the other owner that wasn't so involved with us, had told our second round winners badge, Brady, our old teammate, that to get his revenge on us was basically rooting on the other player. And then after he beat us, told him, "Good job, like, way to get your revenge," which is very unprofessional. I don't think you should ever root for another team to beat your team, but I didn't see it as a big deal. But as much as I had a hatred for RK, I left immediately, took my jersey off, put on a t-shirt, played my losers round 2 match with Reborn Knights on the team pass, but changed my @ announced I wasn't with RK anymore. And I I left RK. That's what happened during the event when we left RK. It was the owner, one of the owners was cheering on one of the teams that beat us and told him good job for beating us is what happened, which is, I don't care, but I just hate the organization. I'll say that straight up. I really dislike RK. Very unprofessional. Jonesy, I'll give him a little bit of credit. He did, DM me personally and say good luck in the rest of the weekend. You don't have to take pictures with the RK stuff if you don't want. I understand. We have a photographer for you for the rest of the weekend. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to apologize at 30 minutes because this video is getting fucking long. He told us, blah, blah, blah. I didn't say anything back to him. We left RK. So after we lost out of the tournament, I'm pretty sure we placed in between 80 and 64, something like that. Miserable placing. Not something I wanted, but it happens. Whatever. As soon as that happened, I didn't see Buckshot for one time for the rest of the tournament because as soon as that happened, I went back to the room for the night. And I was upset, blah, blah, blah. It was at that point that, all four of us were done playing Friday night. I told you guys I woke up Saturday with like a miserable sore throat. I didn't even go down to the venue right away, but Panda, I was in their staff room. I just started supporting Panda for the rest of the weekend. They gave me an old jersey, one of the old staff members' jerseys that was kind of up to date. It was like their previous jersey. Let me wear a jersey, and I represented Panda for the rest of the weekend. I wore a Panda jersey. I watched all their matches. I stayed in the venue all day Saturday and watched Panda play. They placed T16. Great group of people. Absolutely love that organization, their players. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, dude, you joining Panda? Are you blah, blah, blah?" No, I was never joining Panda. I'm not joining Panda. It was just, I just supported them because, they let me stay in their room. And I didn't have, I wasn't playing Saturday. I didn't have a team anymore. I didn't have an organization. So I rep Panda. And I don't regret that at all. For a lot of people were like, "You're dick riding Panda." I was like, all right, that's fine. I'm supporting my buddies. My buddy Austin is coaching that team. I was supporting his team all day Saturday. That's fine. And then it was, during Saturday, all the tweets went out. All my teammates are free agents, blah, blah, blah. And then I made a lot of connections down in Orlando, and I won't say anything else about that. I did manage to make a lot of connections, so to land myself in a pretty good spot for future, whatever. Sunday, I left. I left today, Sunday, early in the morning. I didn't want to leave Sunday, but I thought that I was going to have a different job at the time and not be able to get off Monday. But usually I like to stay, Sunday night into Monday. It didn't happen. I left Sunday morning. It was a miserable trip home, just being sick on a plane and just like, all of that experience being sick was miserable. So I came home and I watched Blake's video and everything about it was factual except for the part where he was talking about check-in. I don't agree with that, but that's just me. So that's what happened to the event. We did really bad, and I can't explain it. It was just, we just weren't the four players meant to play at that event to win anything. We never did. Anytime we had fill-ins or we filled in for other teams, we did fine, and the individual skill was there. It wasn't that we had bad players on the team. We did get cost in winners round 2, I will say that, and I will call out Max Scruffer. That's my opinion, that they did get a little costed, but I mean, the losers match against Ramby Bammy and co. that we lost, they were really good players, but they were beatable in my eyes. We did win the uplink, and it was only a 25-point game in hardpoint, and it just wasn't the team meant to go. And I know there's going to be another UMG event this year in October, and I know that there's COD Online qualifiers, so what's going on after the event is I am a free agent looking to preferably build a team for the online qualifier for the next event so I could pick my players. Unless I get a better offer, that's fine, but I'm not going to stop playing. I'm not going to stop trying to improve and streaming and everything. But, guys, this has been a 33-minute video. I've been wanting to get this out for a really long time. If I miss anything, I miss some stuff. But at the very end of the video, I do want to say, I love Blake to death. He's a great guy. He's a really talented player. He was probably our best player on LAN, most consistently going off. I love Tokes. Great attitude, man. The Tokes, just unfortunately, he's not the best online player because of his internet. I'll say that 100%. Tokes had another great event. I would say that my event was slightly above average at best. I consistently did my role maybe a little better than I do online. Consistently, staying up above water, playing what I needed to do. And Scruffer, no comment on Scruffer. Scruffer had text messages out to people saying, like, if we lose this weekend and play shitty, it's because of my teammates, not because of me. I will not respect or, say anything about that kid. So that's my comments for the tournament. As far as teammates, we're not. I don't think we're teaming anymore. The teammate thing just wasn't there. There's too many arguments, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. If you guys want any more information on that, you can talk to me personally. But I'm gonna end this video at 35 minutes because that's a fucking long explanation video. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm gonna go like bash my head into a wall because I'm so sick. I feel like such shit. I'm taking off work tomorrow, but I will be playing for the online qualifier and I will be playing for the next UMG event. So I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Any more questions? Make sure to talk to me. I appreciate the viewership, guys, and I'll catch